Why? Why do you always stand on me? It's like I'm in a pile of people. What is up, my reptilian brothers and lizard sisters? My name's Scyushi, and we are back again some more Trove to the Dove. And today we're going to be talking about Luxion's new inventory. Also, for this week only, we actually have the the second stat reroll event is taking place right now, even though it doesn't actually say anything about it on the welcome screen because it's completely occupied with all this Luxion garbage, right? So basically what's going on is Luxion has actually been around for 2 weeks now. This is his third and final week of his visit. I think on Xbox you guys might have gotten him a little bit late and be seeing him next week. If I'm not mistaken, it was either Luxion was delayed by a week or it was the event itself. I think it was the event. I'm not entirely sure. Somebody please clarify in the comments. But either way, Luxion has been swapping out his inventory and has been staying for weeks on end, which is great. I still think that this is how Luxion should be from now and onward, but he's finally actually swapped over to his final inventory, so drum roll please. Is it any good? Yeah, it's not too bad. It's not great stuff, but it's not bad. You know, we've got a set of wings, so that's always going to be a good thing, and these are actually a pretty high quality wing set. The Starry Schmeep was actually a login item. I think it was just a free login item, so it's kind of cheap that they make it costing 80 dragon coins here, but the point is that it was actually a very I don't know, it's like you can't really get it any other means anymore, so it's good that it's in Luxion inventory. The wings, they only let us have a limited amount, which I think it's good that they've been doing this lately. I've been saying it before, like they've been giving a lot of love towards Luxion lately, and personally I think this is how Luxion should always be. He should just be weekly rotation at all times, so that free-to-play players and even pay-to-win players, whatever, have the means of actually getting some of these old items that you can't otherwise unlock, right? And then he's got 3 emblems. Count them. 3. 1, 2, 3. Like, what is this? Why? That's a Mario movie reference, okay? Nobody liked that movie, but I loved it. Why does he have 3 emblems? Why? And I like how he's got the Luxion style stash this entire time that he's visited. He hasn't given us any like meta matter or you know, all those other resources like Bound Brilliance and junk like that. And then we see Sebastian, which I love Sebastian. You know, I think that this is a great item that they throw into his inventory, even though, like, you know, nobody's actually going to care about this. It's just, this was the OG mount here, boys. Like, this was one of the original store items. They actually ended up, like, it's basically the same as Slow Sebastian, but it's not Slow Sebastian. It's just normal Sebastian, right? So anyways, let's take a look at some of these things. So we got the wings right here. Which you could probably end up investing in these. They're pretty high quality, which is nice. You can see that it is just a PNG though, with at least the gold part of the wings. But I like the way that they look. These were from last year's Valentine's event, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And they were a little bit trickier to get, if not only obtainable through the love pinatas. I honestly don't really remember, so it doesn't really matter. It's in Luxion's inventory now. But either way, you can buy 3 of them. And I kind of guess I would recommend them just because they are going to end up being Wings of Love. Let's take a quick little peek here. Of Love. Yeah, that's definitely worth investing in. If this is what their price is and people are buying them like crazy right now and they're 300k, then that means they're only going to end up going up as they end up, you know, increasing value just because nobody actually has them. But that's pretty good. I should probably end up buying a couple of these too, but that's 120 dragon coins a pop. Oh my god, that's crazy. This is about the same as a dragon. Then we got the Starry Schmeep, which is not really my favorite mount. I don't even really know why they ended up adding all of the Schmeeps. Yeah, I guess the devs must really love sheep. I don't know, but this one's a weird one, where the left and right side of it are, you know, the right side is the day, the left side is the night, and it's got kind of cool video effects to associate itself with that. We actually see a Trove sun on the side, which is kind of a reference that they've had throughout the game and with other people's builds and stuff like that, and then a moon on the left. And well, that's all there really is to it. And then for some reason its horn is broken. I understand, because it's supposed to be a moon theme and stuff like that. It's not bad. It's not great. It was kind of cool just because it was a free login mount. So people were really excited by it. But for myself personally, it's not really one of my favorites. You know, it never really was. What can I say about it? And then we've got the emblems themselves. So some of these are going to be okay. Like the Sorcerer Servant emblem, Shadow Strike, I think is okay if I'm not mistaken. And the Repulsing emblem, ooh, you're only getting this for mastery. You do not actually want that, because that is just, ugh, that's disgusting. Where are my emblems at? Where do these things actually show up, man? Like, what is this? Oh my gosh. Okay, well, they're in my inventory anyway, so it doesn't matter. So the Sorcerer Servant emblem is really good just because it summons a temporary damage dealing ally to fight for you, and this ally is based off of your magic damage, which if you actually have enough magic damage, you can end up popping a flash. This guy's gonna spawn, and well, quite literally, it will destroy the enemies around you. It's gonna be this guy right here. And it will actually like one-shot you 9 bosses if you're strong enough, which is pretty cool. And then this is going to be the other emblem right there. As you can see, it's another one of the minion ones. So kind of cool, because this one is basically going to be the exact same thing, but it's based on your physical damage. So there's one for magic, one for physical. You know, they're very useful, despite the fact that I don't really use them as much anymore. You can actually use these very, very effectively for farming and farming faster. More notably, though, there's actually like these, I think, are the physical, like close range melee versions of these allies that you summon out of emblems. There is actually a set of ranged ones. Those are going to be the eyeballs and stuff that you end up getting. I think you get them from, if I'm not mistaken, you get them from the Trove of Wonder ships, which are going to be these golden ships that you find out in the world, if I'm not mistaken. But either way, those ones are really, really good, because the ranged ones, obviously, you know, they, as soon as you summon them, they can attack, as opposed to the melee ones. You summon them and then they have to get close enough to the enemy in order to even do the damage in the first place. But it's, you know, they're good. I'd say that they're probably worth investing in, even if you just want to sell them down the line, but maybe not as much as it is going to be for the wings themselves, because wings are something everyone's always going to want to go for. And then before we get to these two things here, I do want to mention about the Luxion style stashes. I've actually gotten to test quite a few of these on the other versions of Trove, that is the Xbox and PS4, and so far they are not actually as good as I previously thought. Like, I kept saying how these were going to be really, really good items just because apparently they're supposed to be able to give you a random seasonal event pinata or Luxion equipment style you don't already have unlocked. But I didn't know that it actually does not only limit itself to Luxion equipment styles. I think that these actually just unlock equipment styles in general, and some of the rarer ones in the game and stuff like that. Like, these are not, if you're just at the beginning of the game, these are okay, but they're not really that great, just because it seems like they rarely will end up giving you the mounts and stuff like that. At least that's my experience with them. When I opened them on Xbox, all I did was just get like a bunch of styles and stuff, no mount or nothing, and it was just like, what is this? And then over on my ice stage, I got these other things set up. So we got the repulsion one, which you don't want this. It pushes nearby foes away from you. It's disgusting. If I'm not mistaken, this pretty much just gives you knockback. I don't think that it, like, even though it says pushes nearby foes away from you, I don't think that it just drink it and the enemies explode away from you. That could be the case. Honestly, I don't use this one because anything that's got to do with knockback is absolutely disgusting in this game. So I would not recommend you get the repulsion unless you're just trying to, or repulsing, whatever. It is repulsing. It's disgusting. Don't get that unless you need the mastery, because there's legit just absolutely no reason on getting it, right? And then there's going to be the Sebastian. Again, this was one of the things that was originally in the store. Also is going to end up probably giving you more mastery than most of this stuff, just because it's going to end up being a mount. Like, if we look at the repulsing right here, what is this going to give us? Yeah, 25 mastery for 65 dragon coins. Not worth it when for less dragon coins you can end up getting Sebastian, and Sebastian is going to end up actually giving you a full 50 mastery. Like, I don't understand why they do stuff like that. But either way, this is just going to be a generic old horse. He's got a big old jawline, and I really like these Sebastian horses. They're probably some of my favorite, like, just reskins whenever you end up seeing them in the store and stuff. Look at this. I seriously, like, I have to run away from you guys. There's something wrong with you. But I always like these over the steeds that you get out of, like, the, you know, the sky chest and stuff like that, like the war horse and everything like that. I don't really care for those mounts as much as I like these ones, because these ones I feel are horses that are more appropriate for our characters and end up fitting in the game a lot better. But I mean, maybe that's just me. And then as per usual, we got the Golden Horde Dragon Souls, because the Golden Horde Dragon Souls are always going to be something that you can get. They're worth investing in because it's basically going to be 400 dragon coins outright, and then you're going to end up getting not only the dragon itself, but a bunch of allies and tons of mastery out of it. So you're basically paying an extra 100 dragon coins for the sake of not having to get any dragon fragments or anything like that, because you're just outright buying the souls. And then you're going to end up getting Luxion as a dragon, which this is just one of them. This is the gliding one. I forget whether or not I have the other one equipped on another character, and maybe I have it on the Neon Ninja. Let me just double check here. Yeah, I do. Okay, because I never play on the Neon Ninja anymore. But either way, very cool dragon, definitely worth investing in if you haven't already, and you get a lot of things out of it, including really early on out of these dragon souls, you end up getting the dragon ally. Now, the other reason I would recommend you invest in these if you can right now is because I don't know whether or not, like, normally they limit the amount of these souls that we can end up buying every time Luxion visits, and lately through this event you've been able to just buy them all outright. So there is the possibility that this is what Luxion will stay like in the future, and if he does, then that's awesome. That's great, because he should always allow you to buy all of them. They shouldn't be time gated, especially considering Luxion normally only visits like, what, twice a month or something like that, if you can even say that, because he kind of visits in the middle of the month and at the end of one month / the beginning of another. You know what I mean? So either way, thanks for watching, everybody. Very much appreciate it. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, don't forget to Hadouken that like button. I would appreciate it. And if you want to join the Reptilian Army, all you gotta do is hit that sub button down below. Have yourselves a great day. Sayonara, and stay epic, everybody.